When I was a kid, I made a choice. A choice that, for a long time, I honestly kind of hated myself for. It wasn't life-altering or dangerous, not exactly. But in the world of gaming, I may as well have been an outcast. When everyone else was playing Final Fantasy VII, Metal Gear Solid, or Madden on their PlayStations, I was upstairs playing Sonic R, Virtua Fighter, Fighters Megamix on my Sega Saturn. And when the next generation rolled around, I doubled down. I picked the Dreamcast over the PlayStation 2. Shimnu instead of Grand Theft Auto 3. Power Stone instead of Tekken. Skies of Arcadia instead of Final Fantasy X. And back then, that took me from outcast to exile. And I felt it. Every time my friends were raving about Cloud and Sephiroth, while I was standing there trying to convince people that Nights into Dreams is really worth their time. Every time I'd go to a sleepover and I had to watch someone else play through Metal Gear Solid while my favorite games were met with blank stares. Every time I walked into a game store and realized my section was just a fraction of what the PlayStation had, I kid you not, my actual local game store didn't even carry Saturn or Dreamcast games. I had to make a trip across town to go to a special store, and even then, they only had one shelf of Dreamcast games. It didn't take long for me to start resenting my choices. I told myself I had backed the wrong horse, that I should have just gotten a PlayStation and played what everyone else was playing. My childhood consoles, once my prized possession, started to feel like constant reminders of my mistakes. Missteps. Proof that I was out of sync. Just not like everyone else. There's a concept in social psychology called social proof. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's the idea that we determine what's valuable based on what the majority around us seem to value. It's why we feel pressure to watch the shows everyone else is talking about, why trends explode overnight, why certain games become cultural milestones while others fade into obscurity. Like my precious Nights into Dreams. And when you're young, that pressure feels even stronger. If everyone around you tells you that the best gaming experiences are happening on the PlayStation, you're gonna believe that. And if you choose something else, you really wonder if you made a mistake. Because when we are surrounded by people who reinforce a single game or a single perspective, it becomes harder to see value outside of that. But as I got older, something shifted. It wasn't just nostalgia, it was a realization about things like memory and identity. I wasn't reminiscing about what was popular or the things that I even missed out on. I was reminiscing about what was mine. The late nights figuring out Sonic Adventure's weird physics. The thrill of unlocking every single last character and costume in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. The sense of wonder exploring the world of Skies of Arcadia. And all that time with my greatest love of all time, Nights. And that helped me reach this realization. The value of something isn't just in how many people celebrate it. It's in how it connects to you. And often, the people we surround ourselves with shape that perception more than we realize. If you're around people who only validate what's popular or what's cool, you're going to start to second guess what you actually love and who you actually are. But if you find people who appreciate things for their own sake, suddenly what once felt like a wrong choice or a weird choice starts feeling like a beautiful, defining one. That's the thing about choices. In the moment, they can feel isolating and even wrong. But sometimes, those very choices, the ones that make you different, are the ones that make you, you. I don't regret choosing the Sega Saturn or the Sega Dreamcast anymore. In fact, I'm grateful. Because those choices, those games, those moments, they didn't just entertain me. They didn't just make time go by a little faster. They helped to shape the person that I am. And for that, I'll forever be grateful.